Alright you guys, so this is future me. In the beginning of the video, it was supposed to be my usual, hey, what's going on everybody, welcome back to RC Car Garage. But when I went to go edit the video, something happened. I don't know what, and where the video is going to be is where I am able to start the video. So you guys can see the process of everything going on with the FCX24. As you guys can see, it does have the wrecker body part on the back here. We do have the rear steer and servo. So I don't know where the video is going to wind up starting, but that's where I'm at for right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned. There is going to be more on this guy. You guys are probably all wondering, all right, how are you going to control the rear servo, rear steer, the winch? How are you going to do all that? I'm going to do it with this guy. So I ended up ordering this radio, again, from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description down below where you guys can get all this stuff. These are affiliate links. They do help the channel. So go ahead, hit those links, help out the channel. And if you haven't yet, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys can end up seeing more videos that I'm going to be coming out with. So this radio actually caught me by surprise because it was something that I was looking for this, realistically. This is a 7-channel transmitter. And as you guys can see, obviously 1, 2, it's got channel 3 here, channel 4 here, it's got channel 5, 6, 7. Then you have your steering trim, steering dual rate, throttle trim, throttle dual rate, and you can also reverse and neutral your throttle and steering. Now, one of the reasons why I went with this transmitter is the main fact that I have these dials here, which I can put on the rear for rear steering, and I can adjust the rear steer how far I want it to go, leave it there, and do what I have to do. And that way I can just control it that way. So control it, do what my turns, leave the rear steer at a certain angle, and just turn the front. You know how you guys, if you guys have seen Matt's Off-Road, he does that all the time with the wrecker. He'll turn it, he'll leave the steering locked up in a certain position and just go, and the back end just turns whichever way he wants it. So that's what I want to do with this guy. The other thing is channel 7 on this has a, let's say, a 3-position. It has a 3-position sensor, just like it does, a 3-position channel, just like it does on the FMS. So that way I can use this for the 2-speed transmission on here. For this transmission servo, I can use that on here. I have channel 3, which I don't know what I'll probably use that with. Maybe the lights, I don't know yet. But that is something that I'm going to be working with on this guy. So I'm pretty excited about this transmitter. So with that being said, you guys, I want to start with checking out this wrecker to see what this looks like. I haven't opened this thing up yet. I do not know what is all involved, but one of the things I do know is that I have to put all of this together. So with this kit for the Power Wagon, this Power Wagon kit, it does bring the string and the hook, which I honestly think that hook is big. It brings another string and hook. It brings, these are all 3D printed parts, which look pretty damn cool. So it brings all this right here. Don't know what this is, but I'll be looking into seeing what that is all about. And of course, here is the back that is going to be mounted onto the back of this guy. Which, yep, it is going to go like that on here. Oh, okay, I see how it goes. So it does have cutouts right in here where the shock towers, are. This guy is going to just slip right in there. Now, I was about to say, this thing does not bring instructions, but I was wrong because it does. A spare pulley bracket. Okay, so that's what that is. This is a spare pulley bracket. So instead of it being used for a spare pulley, it's probably going to be one up being for the winch is what I'm going to use it for. And as you guys can see, here are all the instructions for it. It looks pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put all of this record part together, and we will, after I put all this together, then we'll come back and we'll mount it onto the chassis. Alright guys, so I'm back. So I have not put the string on this thing because again, I am planning on running a winch onto here. So with me planning on running a winch onto this, more than likely this pulley right here, this gear pulley right here is more than likely going to go bye-bye. I might have to cut some stuff here, I'm not sure, but that pulley is going to go, and I am thinking about when I get the winch, I'm planning on putting the winch right here in the middle where this is, so we're going to see how that goes. This thing is all 3D printed. How is it going to handle with actually towing some stuff with it? I don't know. I'm really not sure. So I know one of the strings that come with it is coming off of here. It's supposed to tie into here. One end ties into here. Goes around this pulley right here. So it ties into this hole, goes around this pulley right here, and goes in here to that pulley to then come to this pulley, and that is basically what makes this part go up and down. I'm probably just going to position it to one area. That's probably what I'm going to wind up doing, just leaving it right about there or something, not sure, and then just go off of that. So that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing. So let me go on ahead, start taking the back off of this. I hope I don't have to pull, I really hope I don't have to pull off relocate the shock mount where the shock is mounted. I hope I don't have to relocate that to put this piece on, because if I do, then that's kind of really gonna stink. So again, as you all know, pulling the back part off of this is pretty simple. Just pull right there, and then you got these two side tabs, and they come off that easy. So put that to the side there. Now that guy, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that look. Kind of don't like that look. So now let's see how this guy is going to mount on here. Okay, I see. And I kind of don't like the way this mounts. I might have to do something here with the shocks. I might have to move the shocks in a little bit, because what's happening is it's actually hitting the shock mounts right there, and it's not allowing it to sit on it perfectly. I would kind of like it of like it to sit right about there, realistically. That's kind of where I want it to sit now, because again, this winch part is also going off of the short wheelbase, but since I extended the wheelbase on this, I really want this guy to end up moving right about there. And right in here, if you guys know, right about here behind the cab is where Matt has a couple boxes right here, which I'm planning on doing with it. That's one of the things I'm planning on doing, is also adding a couple boxes here that he has that I'm more than likely going to have to use styrene for that. But that's pretty much where I want this to go. And that's not going to be working in my favor. Now, is it? No, it is not. That's way too far back. So, I can live with that. I can live with that. Alright, so I'm going to go on ahead, move these shocks. I'm going to move these shocks in more, and I am going to then come back and show you guys how this gets mounted onto the chassis. Alright, you guys, so one of the issues that I am having right now is to get this guy on here. I might have to cut into this piece. Let's get the shock out of the way. So I might have to cut into this piece. So I might have to cut into this piece in order to get it to sit on here perfectly. It looks like the screw head, a couple things are obstructing it. Now, one of the things that I was using for the shocks to mount onto this guy was, let me just open this up, this bolt end right here. But as you guys can see, this guy measures in at 5.9 millimeters, which is not helping for the wrecker body to sit on the back of here. Now, what I did end up finding was this little guy right here to mount the shock, which only measures out at 4.2. So, substantially smaller. Very substantially smaller. So, I am going to be swapping these out. I'm going to be swapping these little guys out and putting this little guy onto here. Get different screws, because now these screws that I have originally holding the screw right here that I have originally holding the shock onto here is now going to be way too long. So either A, I'm going to have to cut these, or B, look in my little screw shelf area drawer here and see if I can find a smaller screw for this to all work. And I hopefully I don't have to cut any of this. I kind of don't want to cut it. If I have to at the end of it, I'm going to have to, but I'm trying to avoid cutting this so I can just mount it on here and have that guy looking pretty good. So let me go on ahead, try to find some screws and put this guy together, and then we will go on and mount this onto the FCX24 chassis. Alright, you guys, so I did end up moving the shocks in closer. I removed this piece that I was using, which ended up making the shocks closer to the chassis. As you guys can see right there, that looks all good. So now, hopefully this right here should sit in here perfectly. And it looks like it does not. No, she is. Yep. Nope. she's sitting on there. She is, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I might have to do a little bit of trimming in here or something. Oh no, there she goes. There it is. There it is, you guys. Sitting on there, looking pretty. So all I gotta do right now for this is basically secure it with these screws that, yeah, there you go. Secure it with these screws that came with the kit on here. That is basically just gonna get mounted underneath right there. So from these clips, where these for the roll bar clips that were right here, are basically going to get secured into 1, 2, 3, 4 holes right there, and that is what's going to hold it in place. Now, if these heads are not wide enough, what I can do is I can get a washer, put that in there, and it should end up working pretty good. There you go. I like it. I like it. I like the way that looks, you guys. Alright. So I like the way that looks. So let's go on ahead. Move this out of the way. And let's get this guy mounted on there. And screw number 4. There you go, you guys. Secured right onto the body, onto the chassis, I mean. And guys, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.